Hey guys! So, if you've only seen me on here, you've probably only seen like my arm tattoo and then like the ones on my feet. But like people that actually know me know I'm tatted. I still have more to get, more to add, more to upgrade, all of that stuff. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about, getting stuff removed, reworking things, uh, not the best experiences that came with these. And yeah, I meant to do this video sooner, but to be honest, I really just didn't feel like shaving. Which, I mean, I still could have done it, but I didn't want to. Because, yeah. Because I was talking to someone else. It was like, because, when you photograph, like, jewelry and everything, it does look nicer when you don't have hair on your arms. And I'm like, I personally do like how my arms look better without hair because I do have, like, the tattoos all over this arm. But I'm like, it makes me chilly. So I don't know. Because, I mean, shaving it off is easy. I just don't like how it feels when it goes back. Because, like, right now, it's like my arm is just soft, but it's hair. But then when it's coming back, it's stubble. And, like, it's not the same kind of, like, stubble feeling as your legs. But it's, similar. I just touched my leg with my cold fingers. Anywho. Because I have one right here to talk to you about. And, like, I wore this bra. It's like... Hold on a second. So, right here, it's a 13 with some dots and, like, rhombus-esque types. So, I have always resonated with the numbers 1 and 3. When I was younger, I kind of just thought it was 13, but, in growing up, after I got the tattoo, honestly, but, it was after I got the tattoo that I realized it, but, yeah, pretty much those numbers always resonated with me, and I wanted something, but I didn't know what. And at the time, my ex and I, our anniversary was on the 13th, and we had decided to get, like, like matching tattoos. And I know everyone's like, oh, no, you did it. Sometimes people with matching tattoos works out. These ones didn't. He doesn't have this tattoo, so they're not matching tattoos. It was just, like, anniversary type tattoos. However, I would not have ended up getting it had I not wanted a 13 tattoo already, because like I said in previous video, that relationship was no. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do, I've thought about it like various times about how I wanted to add on and alter it, because I do. And even when I got it, I still felt like I wanted a little something extra. I was like, some extra lines to the, make it look a little more dimensional or, geometric. But, like, I just want a line. Going through a red line, going through it, and hopefully I can get it in December. I'm checking with the artist that's going to do it, because he moved to a different shop that's not near me, and I don't like driving there. But I have to go there anyway, so if he has an opening, then I'll go get that done, because I also want my constellation here in the flesh colored ink that I have here, which you guys, a lot of people don't notice, which is the point. Anywho, I feel like that was a lot for that short story. What to go to next? So, I don't know. This is my thigh piece. This is the second thing I've ever gotten. I should have gotten it later, because then it would have been in all red, and, some things would not be wrong. So, looking from far away, obviously this is a flower type thing. I draw flowers, like when I was younger, I would draw flowers in a very specific manner. The edges would be sharp, and that's how I liked it. Now, I was aware that sometimes direct to paper does not exactly translate in tattoo, so I decided to trust my artist when he was like, he was gonna make it less sharp because it'll translate better. No, it looked like a cabbage. I was so fucking pissed. And so I had another artist that I work with a lot straighten it out a little bit. I don't want to get too close. Are you Ashley? Hold on a second. lotioned up. Now, you see how it's sharp on me? So it's sharper here, but you can kind of tell how it was like cabbaged, so it doesn't look exactly right. So this is an astrological compass, you know, north, south, west, all that. The signs, the planets. The saying that goes all the way around is a lyric from DJ Satomi's Waves. I've known this song since I was in seventh grade. I was about to say 7 years old. No, I was in 7th grade. It says, do you remember Kiss Under the Moonlight? When it was summer, it was love at first sight. Do you remember? Because I feel the same now. Until the winter, we'll see blooming this love. It's very important that you note it says, we'll see blooming this love. It's not supposed to be proper grammar. Now, this entire piece I drew myself. The artist just traced it. And when he was telling me, you know, he had to shift the words over a little bit, make them a little bigger for my drawing, and the thing about the flower, he did not tell me he fixed it to proper grammar. So instead of we'll see blooming this love, it says we'll see this blooming love. Which is not the end of the world, but it's not the song. And when I was going over the tattoo, because all the words are there, and I know this, I've known the song for so long, I just read it as I know it. But to be honest, he should have mentioned that. But, you know, it's there now. It is not the end of the world, but it is. It does bother me. But yeah, that's pretty much that one. Like I said, if I had gotten it later, it would be in all red. I like red ink. This leads me into a part of my first tattoo, actually. I'm getting some removal done on my back of 3 separate little pieces. So, as you can see, I have the rebel symbol on my back. Now, I was at a tattoo convention. I was at the Villain Arts Baltimore Tattoo Convention, and I just wanted something on the middle of my back. I knew this artist, she worked at the shop that my artist works at, and I was like, oh yeah, that would be like really nice. It has like some little extra bits to it, but essentially it is the rebel symbol. I like Star Wars. I like the Rebels. I'd rather be a neutral Jedi, but you know, I'm more of a Lord of the Rings girl than Star Wars. And, you know, it really didn't occur to me when I picked it out. And then someone's like, oh, they said something to me about my back tattoo in passing. And I was like, oh, fuck, people are going to start talking to me about Star Wars. Which, I mean, like, that's fine. But I'm not, like, all caught up on, like, the animations and everything, which I know are better than... Anyway, if they're doing anything with Neutral Jedi, like, definitely call me. I want to view it. But other than that, so I'm getting removed part of it. I don't know if you can see very well. So, basically, if I get close, these two, and then I'm pulling out the crescent bit. So I'll still have this, and then I'm going to add more onto my back. But that's that. And then I'm also getting rid of this butterfly. This was the first butterfly I got done. These two were added on. I'm going to keep them and probably going to add one more further on the other side. So, this says, I wished for you too. This is from Practical Magic. I love that movie. I love that scene of the movie. I am very romantic. I like those types of things. I'm absolutely wishing for somebody. And so this was actually the first piece I got. And the butterfly was originally just fine. So when I did get these two, the artist added a little bit extra to the butterfly. Which, like, I don't hate it. Like, that's fine. But it's just not what it was meant to be. It was meant to be a very, very simple butterfly. And then I needed to get a touch-up on the words because when I went to the artist, he told me, you know, I can come back for a free touch-up. But before that artist got there, the artist that was already there I was speaking to about doing it was a douche. Like, he like straight up douche. And I just didn't want to go back to that spot. So when I was getting my thigh done, I mentioned to him about doing a touch-up. I specifically said only the words. He touched up the butterfly. And, like, it wasn't the end of the world, but a part of it, like, if you'll notice, the tails, I like my tails pointed. So he rounded them out, which was a problem. And so when I was doing these two butterflies, I asked him if he could, you know, kind of elongate them a little bit. And he didn't quite get what I meant when he did the elongation, because, like, they should just go in a little bit, like, you know, just like a little pinch. So I'm just gonna remove that butterfly. I'm removing it. And then the other one are these 3 rhombuses on the back of my neck. Nothing wrong with them. I might move them to another place in the body. I'm just want more space up there, because I actually do. At some point, I'm gonna get I would like to get something that drapes from my neck to this arm, and then maybe on the other side as well. But that's, you know, for a later time. The only thing about this removal is the doctor who's doing it. She's very nice. She's doing fine. But I feel like it's really hard to be understood, because when I said a crescent, and that I was, you know, they ask you whether you're going to tattoo over it or not, and I was like, yes, but I need the line work gone. Very specifically, these bottom lines here. And so in my first session, those were not touched at all. She just, you know, you can kind of see it in there. It's very like a blunt cut. So she did the dot she did here, but it was like a blunt cut. I'm like, I don't want a blunt cut. It's literally a crescent. Like, just take all of this out. So the second time, I've only had the second section. I haven't done my third one yet. She got this bit in here, but I can't tell if she did the lines right there. So it's kind of driving me nuts. I'll ask about it next time, or I'm just gonna go somewhere else. Next one, I don't regret this one. This one is just a cute little story, but on my pinky, I have Promise, and you'll notice, like, it's not perfect. Now, when I got this, it was one of my sister's, her husband, he was apprenticing. He hadn't finished his apprenticeship yet. And, like, the thing on the fingers, you know, finger tattoos may or may not stay. Especially because, you know, that's where the pigment comes out of your finger. And so it doesn't look like this from him. It was in, so part of it came out. And when I was going to get a different tattoo, I was talking to another artist about it, and, you know, he didn't mention that bit about the finger. I learned that later on. And also her husband learned that a little later on too. Anyways, so he was like, oh yeah, I do fingers all the time. You know, I'm going to tattoo that, and it's going to stay. And, like, he's an asshole. When I first went to the shop to make the appointment, he was really nice. However, his wife and kid were in there, so that's probably why. Because when I went back, like, he's, like, I almost didn't get the tattoo. But anyways, so you notice that it's blown out now. That happened after he touched it. And what was it? It was it's shaped a little bit different, like the E. But yeah, but I'm okay with it, to be honest. For some reason, I thought about, like, oh, maybe I'll remove it once or twice. But at the same, like, I like having it there, even though, like, it doesn't look the nicest. But then again, like, you know, promising things is not always the best idea, so I'm actually really fine with it not being perfect. That being said, the other tattoo that artist did, it's on make sure my foot isn't ashy. Because, yeah, it was on my foot. On my foot, this Das Vidania. Now, he put white ink in here. All the white ink is gone. but also he laid it straight. It doesn't actually, you know, follow the curvature of my foot. So that was like a little disappointing because like he really talked up his shit, like doing script and all of that stuff. He's like, yeah, we did lines and script all the time back in my other shop. Like that's all we did. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, but I want it there. I'm not getting rid of it or anything. I am going to add on to, around my ankle going to my foot. Maybe I'll do a tattoo tour one day once I have some other stuff done. So yeah. Now, here's the last. This is 2 tattoos. So this artist said he could do something and he didn't do it. Now it's not like the end of the world. The tattoo's not terrible or anything. So the last of the issues are here. So this is, you know, my midriff and the issues. So the first one, very simply, let me get closer. So on this one, you can see the bottom is just like, he half-assed it, and I don't appreciate that, so I plan to get that bit blacked out at some point. That's the only issue with that bit. The butterflies, I specifically asked for the antennas to be left off. Now, when I was consulting for this tattoo, I asked for water lilies. When I showed up to the tattoo appointment, and I was like, I asked for water lilies. He's like, a lotus is a water lily. And I'm like, yeah, but I meant a realistic water lily. And he's like, okay, I can do that. Clearly, that's not what he did. Now, I did ask for it to be done in purple. It is in purple, but it's still a lotus like how he had it, which is not what I wanted. I do know how I'm going to adjust that, so that's taken care of. I haven't consulted about it or anything yet, but I know what I want done to it. You see this jeweling. These are pearls. I asked him if he could, you know, do them in this color. If not, just straight traditional black pearls. And he's like, yeah. But, you know, because he looked like he didn't want to do them in another color at first. So I was like, you can just do them the traditional way. It's fine. And he was like, no, it's fine. Clearly it's not, because I don't know if I can show you from this angle, but like some of the pearls are like misshapen and it's not like the way the light would be. But I was like, I kind of have an idea for how to do that, because that one, it doesn't bother me that bad. I'm mainly just bothered by the fact that he said he could do it and he didn't do it when I like gave him the out to be like, just do it the traditional way, because I had seen his work. I knew he could do it. He had worked on my ex, so like I knew he wasn't my ex at the time. For those of you that are like, you went to your ex, no. Anyway, but also it doesn't quite fit the curvature of my ribs quite as nicely as I wanted, but I'm gonna get more work done, like that I actually want to like drape down this way, so that is in fact fine. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so those are my tattoo inconveniences. Let me know in the comments any, you know, horror stories or fails or any reworks that you're currently in the middle of. Like I said, I will hopefully, if I'm able to, I'm gonna get that blacked out in December as well. I'm waiting to hear back from the artist. So hopefully he can. If not, you know, I'll push it back a little bit. Oh, actually, let me tell you about the experiment. So I did, like how I have this color ink is called Flesh. I specifically asked to get it on this pinky to see, specifically knowing it may or may not stay. And I have promise here, so I had swear here, and it looks completely gone here. There is still a line. Like there is a whisper. I can kind of like around here. I don't think this camera is good enough to pick it up, but there's a whisper of swear on my finger. And so I'm kind of considering having him do it over in red and seeing maybe if that will stay. But yeah, I mean, it's not good to swear either, but it's fine. Anyway, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.